Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? I hope everyone's doing really well today. Doing fantastic. Make sure everybody could hear me real quick. Make sure that this is not being weird, and it's not. It should be good. I had to switch back to StreamYard today because I'm doing some stuff on OBS right now. I had a lot of stuff going on that, so I have like a new setup thing going on. So kind of want to wait on that. But definitely, we're going into the weekend now. We have 2 division games until our bye week. We have obviously Washington this weekend, and then we have the Cowboys next week. So really going to Washington, our second run through with them. And hopefully playing a better game defensively. I know that Jordan Davis is hurt for this game, so definitely a lot going on there to where they'll probably give Jalen Carter a lot more reps this week. They could move Brandon Graham to the inside sometimes and stuff like that. So there is, I feel like the trade deadline has been, it's been a crazy week this week, man. Kevin Byard coming to the Philadelphia Eagles for 5th and 6th round picks. Terrell Edmonds is gone, and Sidney Brown is back, which is great. So it looks like the back end of our roster seems pretty damn good right now. We only have until this Tuesday really to get the trade deadline. I think next week is the last week, or next week, the early next week is pretty much the deadline for the trade deadline. So we've heard the rumors about maybe Kenny Moore, the veteran nickel corner from the Colts, which nothing has been speculated that he is available, but it seems like the Eagles really like him, if that's even true news at this point. I know going into obviously other positions, we might, I know we've been kind of about, running back Derrick Henry, even a free agent Leonard Fournette, that he's available right now. So a lot. I think there is another move. Diana Rossini was true about the first news we had. The first news we had from Diana Rossini from The Athletic, she said that the Eagles were going after a top tier safety, and they did, which I thought it was a total steal. The Titan fans are kind of the Titan fans are a little crazy right now. They're in a little depression mode right now, so it's kind of going crazy. I was thinking maybe right tackle, backup right tackle, maybe not a big move, but maybe more of a depth move for the Eagles at this point. So I mean, you can go after a pass rusher, maybe Brian Burns. I heard the Brian Burns stuff. There's been rumors that he's not available. I'm hearing rumors that, he had this like elbow injury or something the past couple days. So who knows if that's true at this point. You can always go after Linval Joseph or Ndamukong Suh in free agency. That the free agency signings you could sign whenever after the trade deadline throughout the whole entire year. If they're if they're going to come back or whatever. You can always add more pass rushers. I have no issue with it at all. But appreciate everybody coming into the chat. Obviously, you want to answer your questions on, obviously, it could be the game this weekend. It could be the trade deadline. It could be a lot of other things. We got Jonas. What's going on, man? We got EC1. We got Gunnar Ray. Bleeding Kelly Green. What's going on, man? We got Scott. We got Antoine Hopkins. What's going on, dude? Jodo says, I'm at the gym, but I'm not lifting a weight until I hear some Eagles talk. Don't keep us waiting too long, or else we'll just wait longer. Yeah, if I had a body like that, pause. If I had a body like that, I wish I had something like that. I used to be jacked a long time ago, but not anymore. So what's going on? Jay Shapiro, what's going on, dude? Gunner says, I can't wait for Sunday. I'm literally steaming my AJ Brown jersey as we speak. I might actually wear the Kelly Green Devontae Smith this week because I felt like it brought a lot of good luck. The usual jersey that I do wear is my own jersey with my own number and my name on it. So I'm probably going to switch to Devontae Smith Kelly Green next week just because it's giving some good luck right now, which is kind of crazy. TK Yanks is 24-20, so still going to be a very close game. Now, I think that the Eagles have actually looked a lot better. I think they have really changed. The past few weeks, Sean Desai has been fantastic. Watch the All-22 from the Eagles this past week, and man, they played some press. They did a lot of different things with this defense, and now since your back end is more solidified with Kevin Byard and Reed Blankenship, the Middle Tennessee guys, man, finally together, ready to go. And I'm pretty pumped, man, because really the past few weeks, the past few weeks, I've really seen like the adjustments have been so good with Sean Desai, and I know we might lose Jordan Davis in this game, and I know we don't have Bradley Roby. Hopefully Eli Ricks gets the start. Then Josiah Scott, Josiah Scott actually played pretty good last game. Is he the answer for the rest of the season? No. So hopefully getting Roby probably next week for the Dallas game, most likely. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Just call me Flair. What's going on, man? He says Josh Sweat has more sacks than Micah Parsons. It is crazy. Micah Parsons, man. I had a whole rant on Micah Parsons and his podcast. And literally, dude, like he's becoming like a big sellout. Like, I don't mind these players. You know what I don't like right now? Like 6-7 years ago, we never had players really that had like these big podcasts to talk about everything. I think like it's really ruining the game at some point. Or if I heard one of our players, at least in season, talk about a division rival and talk about this team has no weaknesses and this team is, you know what I mean? Like it kind of gets me going a little bit. Like, I mean, there were good things to say that Micah Parsons said about the Philadelphia Eagles, but you're in season trying to win the division, and it's just, to me, it's just, you got to focus on the season. Sometimes these like New Heights podcast is fine because they talk about the Kelsey brothers talk about a lot of different things, but when it comes down to Micah Parsons, man, it's just some people were I don't know. They were just bitching about it. I don't know. Some people were just telling me like, "Oh, he should have a voice, and why not? He should have a voice." Like, "Oh, yeah, that's true. That's good. He should have a voice. We'll see." But I'm not really a big fan of it too much. Jonas says, "All right, let's roll." I do not have a cold. I'm kind of stuffy, but I don't have a cold. I don't know why I'm actually stuffy tonight. So, what's going on, East Coast Gridiron? What's going on, dude? Nina, what's going on? What's going on, Simon? What's going on, dude? Ab says I tried the buyer traded Madden and the Titans declined it. The bar was so far in the red. Still can't believe we got him. Yeah, I mean, those two picks, the 5th and 6th round picks for 24, like those weren't even our picks. I forgot what the picks were from. I did explain it in a video. I think one was from the I forgot what the guy's name is. I think that was during the regular trade or whatever it was. But 2 picks that weren't even ours. I mean, for 2 picks and getting rid of the worst safety on our roster right now, it's pretty damn good. Jane says, we cannot go backwards this week. We have to use the Dolphins game as momentum for the rest of the season. Well, yeah. I mean, the Jets game was just an ugly game. I think we can all agree that the Eagles overlooked the Jets. They sat out a lot of guys for that game. I think a lot of guys could have played, but unfortunately, it happens. But I thought, the Miami Dolphins had the Eagles as this was, I think, the hype of the Dolphins that week, I think, really pissed off the Philadelphia Eagles. I think, beating speed with physicality, that was like the message through the whole entire week that week. And they did a fantastic job. I thought they did a good job against Waddle. Obviously, Tyreek Hill only had like 88 yards. I mean, if you hold Tyreek Hill to 88 yards, it's a really good sign. You know what I mean? So no issue with that. Richard Peer, what's going on, dude? Linda, what's going on? Says this is Joeyshakes season, Joey. These teams are locked in here with the Eagles, not the other way around. Joeyshakes. I love that movie so much. I'm not, he's like, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. That's what he said in the movie. I don't know. It was a great scene. Darby says, how he got go to get Derrick Henry. Yeah, I don't know, man. It makes sense. Like, there's already other rumors. Like, I heard the Ravens are going pretty hard for Derrick Henry right now. Like, between his money and obviously, I think he's going to get traded. Like, they have to, at this point, like, you can't give a 29-year-old running back 20-plus carries just to win football games. The Titans are literally hitting the reset button. They're just not saying it yet. I mean, getting rid of their leader, their vocal leader, and their mayor and Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard can play both safety spots and can play nickel. So, I mean, he's played all 3 positions, the past couple seasons with the Titans. And, we're going to have a special guest on Saturday for the Philly Shakedown, by the way. So there is a special guest, one of my good friends that's going to join us in some conversation that's going to be interesting for a segment of the Shakedown tomorrow. So that's the big surprise for tomorrow. which I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped. Gutter Ray says everyone in this chat needs to hit the definitely, you got 245 in the chat. Hit the like button. Definitely like the video up. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe as well for Eagles content every single day. That usually happens. There's a lot of people in here. A lot of people don't hit the like button, and that's fine. Nobody has to do it. It's all good. Paul Garage says, bro, he didn't even list Dallas in his top. Yeah, so that was another thing. I totally forgot about that. Didn't even list Dallas in his top 5 teams. That's shitty, dude. Chris Parsons is playing head games. John says, my girl said I could smash if the Eagles lose on Sunday. I dumped her for even thinking we'd lose. Man, that's a man right there, man. A man of your word to stick by the Eagles through anything. I'm proud of you, bro. I am very proud. Tyler, what's going on, dude? Someone says, how it works for me, but I added a third rounder. I think Henry is as good as a third rounder. I think it would be as good as a third rounder. I think you kind of have to respect it. Like, obviously, if Henry was like 25, 26, I'd say, a little bit higher. But I think for what you're getting out of him, I mean, I don't know what the red zone. I mean, the red zone is still a problem right now. I think we all know this. Between the 20s, for me personally, I don't have an issue using Kenneth Gainwell between the 20s. I really don't. But once we get to the 20s to the end zone, that's where I have an issue. And trust me, like, I feel like Boston Scott needs more an opportunity here. I think Boston Scott is probably the second best back on this team right now. I don't know. For some reason, I think Kenneth Gainwell was just a lot better last year. This year, he's fine. He's doing okay. But like I said, I don't think it's the perfect 1-2 punch that we have right now. I think you have to mix in a little bit of Boston Scott. That's just me. Rashad Penny, where the hell is he? What's going on? The rumors came out from Diana Rossini like a few days ago, probably a week ago, that there were probably teams that were calling the Eagles to see what's going on with Rashad Penny. Teams are probably asking questions like, why isn't he playing? Is he hurt? What's going on? And I don't know if they're going to use him at this point. I wish. I mean, I hope. I mean, if you're just saving him for a postseason push, you got to play him. He's got to get hit. He's got to get in football. He's got to get the football work going. Like, you got to take some hits, man. You can't sit back and because I'm waiting for them to put him into a game when it's very crucial and he's going to fumble the football. Like, that's what I'm afraid of right now. So Linda said it's the picks. So the trade for Kevin Byard, the picks from J. John, Ugo Amadi. Sorry. Ugo Amadi we traded. And J.J. So technically it was related to 3 7s, and I think it was J.J. Arthega-Whiteside or something like that. I mean, that's absolutely insane. I mean, absolutely insane. Philly D says Parsons is a strange dude. He probably is. Even if Parsons wanted to be an Eagle, I hope we don't break the bank. No, I mean, his contract's not up until 25. I think the end of 25. I don't know. I don't even care, to be honest. I mean, he would look pretty damn nice. I mean, imagine having the edge set like that with having Reddick and having. I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, it really depends on what we have in the next few years. But we'll see. Tommy says Ravens make the most sense for Henry trade. Yeah, because they're down a starting running back right now, so it definitely makes sense, no doubt. He makes no sense in our shotgun offense. Yeah, I mean, the thing, I mean, if it's in red zone, I don't think it really matters. I mean, I don't think it matters at all, to be honest. I think he would work out pretty good. I'm not saying they would use him all the time. I'm saying for crucial situations, I think they would use him I think strictly red zone. I mean, I don't see why not. This way, Henry's going to get a lot of attention in the backfield if that's why they want to do it, but Mike said the Eagles didn't get Kenny Moore. Miguel. Yeah, Kenny Moore's not a Philadelphia Eagle. No. There's rumors that the Eagles really like him and maybe would like to trade for him, but there's not even I mean, there's all just speculation on if he's even available at this point. Anthony Richardson from the Colts is obviously had season-ending surgery. So I don't know what's going to happen there with him. I don't know if they have a plan in motion. If the Colts are just going to start to get some. I mean, Kenny Moore's was he 20? Was he 28 years old? You know what I mean? So he's in the twilight of his career right now. You know what I mean? He's definitely on the good end of his career where he can go to a team and really do some good things. So, I mean, I think it's pretty good. We have a super chat for the Big Lebowski. What's going on, man? Appreciate it so much. What's up, Joey? 7 miles down today. Feel the burn. Eagles need to win 4 of the next 5 games, and we have first seed on lock. I can only see KC beating us. Yeah, we'll see what happens. KC might be the strongest team right now, but to be honest with you, I mean, there's already rumors that Brock Purdy might not even play. I mean, literally. I mean, the San Francisco 49ers are falling apart before our eyes right now. I mean, Brock Purdy has had it so perfect for himself. He's never dealt with adversity. He's never dealt with adversity in the game ever. It's almost been perfect. But the last 2 times where he's had injuries to his offense, the Browns game, and obviously this Vikings game, Kirk Cousins just laying it down on primetime football, which is absolutely insane right now. I mean, the Bills don't look fantastic either. I think the Bills are definitely beatable, and the 49ers do not look great. Do not look great at all. I know Debo has the hairline fracture, and you know what? Christian McCaffrey has got an oblique injury right now. I mean, is Christian McCaffrey going to hold up this whole entire season? I mean, that's really the big question now. Is he really going to hold up? Because I'm telling you right now, even if they have Debo Samuel back, even if they have him back, if Christian McCaffrey because Christian McCaffrey, I feel like he's not even going to make it to the postseason the way they're using him right now with the torn oblique. Okay. If they don't have Christian McCaffrey, it's going to be a little crazy. I don't think they're playing the best game. I really don't think they're playing the best. And like I said, the Bills don't look fantastic either. They've been very, very up and down, more down than up at times. Brock Purdy might not even play this Sunday. There's apparently a chance he could play. He's not even out of concussion protocol yet. I think he's going to be out, but we'll see what happens. John says, Joey, it's Friday night, and it stinks that I wish it was Sunday at 1. Yeah, this is our second 1 o'clock game on Sunday. So, I mean, we got one more 1 o'clock game. I'm kind of glad it's early. All the NFC East teams play at 1 o'clock on Sunday, which is good. I know the Giants are facing the Jets, which I don't even know if they're going to win that game. It looks like Tyrod Taylor's looking like the better quarterback at this point, which is really sad. So we'll see what happens. We have a super chat for Bloodshot HVACR. Appreciate it so much. Do you think Rams have a chance to upset the Cowboys? Oh, yeah, I think there's a huge chance. Obviously, the Cowboys defense, I think the Cowboys defense hasn't really been playing well. Their corners really haven't been playing well as of recent. Their pass rush is still going to be pretty good. But you got Puka Nacua, and I think there's a lot to defend. You got Atwell. I mean, Cooper Kupp. Atwell has got a lot of speed. Atwell can make some big plays. I think their offense can score points on that Dallas defense. No joke. We'll see. I think there could be an upset. Not going to promise it, but I think there always could be an upset every single week. You know what I mean? So I think that's interesting. Jason Albaron says Jordan Davis ruled out, not yet, but probably most likely will be. He got a hamstring injury on Thursday, and it looks like, it could be pretty serious. I think they're just gonna, they're not gonna. He probably could play on it. I don't see why not, but they're just not gonna risk it at this point to play him. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. I still feel like they're going to just give guys more snaps. Like at least Jalen Carter is playing in this game. I'm not going to say this is going to be an easy game against Washington. Like they lost against the Giants. They're going to be pissed off. And to be honest, let's be realistic here. I feel like the Eagles have played better in Washington than they have played at home against Washington. I think we could kind of agree with that going into all of it, So, there's always something there, Tyler Bow says Joe Burrow is going to destroy the 49ers. Yeah, we'll see. There's weapons. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Adam says, I'm getting big-time trap game vibes for this Commanders game. I'm not going to lie, but I'm hoping Finn's dub gives us – I don't believe in the whole trap game thing. If this team is ready to play, if this team is ready to succeed, it's a week-to-week league, guys. I mean, we can look at schedules and stuff like that, but if the Eagles are prepared – I think the defense was well prepared last week, and obviously the offense had some issues last week. But like I said, I think they played, getting the win against Miami. It's a good win to build off of. No joke. This offense hasn't played off of four cylinders yet, and I'm very excited for it. I can't wait for it. We'll see. Tommy says BrianJohnson got to go. He cannot be retained after his performance thus far. Yeah, let's give it some time. Like I said, he's got one loss for the season right now. Okay. The red zone issues, I get it. You know what I mean? I absolutely get it. A lot of and people need to chill out on like Devontae Smith and him not like he's not having big games and like, you know what? Some receivers are going to have down days and some receivers are just going to have the better matchup. And obviously AJ Brown needs, and honestly, I really want AJ Brown to beat Megatron's record on Sunday. I know it's not the most important thing, but I really want him to beat Megatron's record for consistent 125 plus games, 125 yard plus games. So I'm pretty pumped. Mike says Jordan Davis not ruled out, was limited. He didn't practice at all. Jordan Davis didn't practice, I don't think, today. He watched practice today. I don't even think he wasn't even suited up today. So I don't think he's playing. Ryland says, what's good, Shakes? Happy Friday. You too, man. I hope everyone's having a good Friday tonight. John Castellone says, Joey, if Kevin Byard helps improve the secondary play, how much of the impact that will have on our front four? Oh, yeah, 100%. But to be honest with you, he can cover a wide range of field by himself because he's very athletic. But the problem I had in the Dolphins game, like kind of what Eli Ricks did to Tyreek Hill, like got physical with his hands off the line, disrupted the route, and got the deflection. The problem with like this team sometimes is that, you know, Bradbury actually, if you don't see it, he actually played well, and people might not think he played well, but I think he did. James Bradbury goes up to play press, and you're like, okay, cool, this is awesome. But still mirroring the receiver, trying to slow him down with mirroring him. And I don't like that too much because I felt like it's still a free release off the line, not even touching him at all at that point, which gave Tyreek Hill an easy touchdown. I know you don't run into too many Tyreek Hills in the league, so I totally get it. You know what I mean? I absolutely get it. You're not going to run into guys like Tyreek Hill. There's not a lot of players out there like Tyreek Hill at all. But, I mean, I was very shocked at the motion from all the motion that they were doing, which I didn't, the linebackers weren't getting tricked easily. The safeties were pretty good with their eyes, but, obviously, what's his face was just horrible. I mean, Edmonds was just that bad. I wasn't surprised at it. It really sucked. But Eli Ricks, like the way he got physical off the line, that's like just put your hands on once. Even if Tyreek comes off the ball, or at least a receiver comes off the ball, and you at least push him, or at least give him a shove, that does something. That really helps. If you have that safety help and you're expecting it, then you've got to at least get some hands on a little bit. I mean, that's all I'm really kind of harping on right now. You know what I mean? To me, the Jets game was our trap game. I believe it. A game we shouldn't have lost. Obviously, the 3rd and 9 at the end. I mean, there was a lot of mistakes in that game regardless, but the 3rd and 9 from Jalen Hurts, that obviously annoyed me, but it is what it is. You at least complete the pass, or you at least take the sack and punt the ball. I think they still win that game, and they're still undefeated at that point. But who knows? That loss might have really changed this whole entire coaching staff a little bit going to Miami. So who knows if they won against the Jets? They might have not played as well against Miami. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong at the end of the day. But we'll see. Bubba says, is it me or just Devontae Smith looks like a wide receiver 3 now? He took a big step back this year. No, people are making a big deal out of the couple drops that he had. I mean, it's 2 drops in 2 games. Everyone's making a big deal out of it. I think people are blowing it up for it to be something else. So we'll see. What's going on, Matt? Linda says Emmanuel Forbes will play. They benched him for injured. Swole Batman will cook this Sunday. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a nightmare for them. Even after our game, Forbes was struggling the next couple of weeks after that. He was really, really struggling. When they lost against the Bears, they struggled. Lost against the Washington Commanders are very up and down right now. They lost against 2 teams that were definitely better than. I mean, they lost against the Giants, they lost against the Bears, they lost against 2 pretty bad teams. I'd say the 2 worst teams in the league, probably. So they're going to be pissed off, Sunday. They're going to be real pissed off. They're going to be waiting for us. We have to take it to them. But I say Pitbull says, I'm late, sorry, but is Derrick Henry thing true, or are we really trying to get him? We need another cornerback for it. I feel like yes. I really don't feel like they need another running back. I really don't. Okay. As much as I wouldn't mind it, having Henry Henry is just a luxury at this point. If they use Swift, use Gainwell, if the substitutions are right with our running back core, I have no issue with it. I have no problem with it at all. I really don't. I have no issue with it. I feel like just the substitutions in red zone where Gainwell is there, and I don't want to make it to be seen like Gainwell is better at pass protection, which is definitely true, but don't make it an excuse not to put DeAndre Swift in there. Swift has already proved, like, if Swift stays healthy this year, he can get 1,000 yards, and that is true. He still has a lot of time left to get that. And I think he's played fantastically well in the open space as a wideout. I mean, he's a big mismatch out there as another passing weapon, but I feel like the substitutions are just really random. I don't like running with Jalen Hurts too much when it comes to red zone. I feel like it's inside zone with Kenneth Gainwell, which he really goes nowhere. I understand he had the touchdown last week, but it's just kind of crazy, man. We got D1922 the super chat. Thanks so much. Says, what up, Joey? Happy Friday. Who do you think we should go get? For me, if it was really up to me right now, I would really like to get Kenny Moore. Kenny Moore would be perfect because then you could cut Josiah Scott. You'll have Roby and you'll have Kenny Moore, two good nickel corners. I feel like they need depth at that position or a starter. So depending on how they want to do it with Roby or Kenny Moore, that's fine. I feel like we really need to solidify the secondary a lot more. I'm not worried about getting another pass rusher as much or running back. You have Julio Jones on your offense now, which is good because I feel like you got an upgrade there. I feel like Julio Jones is going to get more acclimated. We'll get some more catches, which is great. I'm actually liking the Julio Jones signing a lot more than I did. It was obviously really surprising, but we'll see. Lay says, Joey, if we get Derrick Henry or Surtain, would you consider this a super team? I mean, yeah. I mean, look, there's a lot of Eagles fans that would give up a first-round pick for Surtain. Now, the mock trade for Patrick Surtain was like 2 first-round picks. Sorry, but that's not happening. A first-round pick I would definitely give up. I would give it up. I think he's definitely worth that. He's a top 5 corner in the league, no doubt. But yeah, I think so. He said, "What's up, Joey Friday? Who do you think?" And by the way, thank you for the super chat. By the way, appreciate it. I got you, bro. You know it. I try to get through as questions as I possibly can. Matt says, you can never overlook at the Jets game as an example of exactly why we cannot overlook to one. Yeah, I mean, they just got to stay focused. It happens. I mean, it just happens. You know what I mean? Art official on the track. What's going on, dudes? It's crazy how people forget one sneaky move by Howie. It's going to happen. It might happen. Philly John Wick says, Sub Joey, one thing I was thinking, Devontae has not been the same since his baby was born. Besides that first game after, that could possibly be what's going on adjusting to the fatherhood life. Yeah, man, you guys really come up with some shit. You guys really come up with some shit, I got to say. I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know. His wife is bossing him around too much. I don't know. Kind of like how Carson Wentz, got married, and that was pretty much it after that. So, I don't think so. I don't. I think everyone's blowing that up to be. He's got 2 drops, and yeah, we hold this receiver core to a higher standard now. So I get it. I totally get it. Alex says, notice how the Eagles seem to be the only team in NFC East looking to add to their role. I know. I mean, the Cowboys have been linked to Derrick Henry. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I mean, I think Jerry Jones said that they're not going to. They're not that type of team. They don't do that. They just don't do it. Washington might actually be sellers. I mean, there's already news on Montez Sweat and Chase Young already that both of them could be traded, or at least one of them could be traded. Apparently, they're on the trade block per se. I don't know. And the Giants, there's no point at this point of the season how they could be interested in anything right now. Art the official on the track says Isaiah Rodgers' futures contract next year off the gambling suspension is going to look genius. Next season is our depth. Yeah, I mean, getting Isaiah Rodgers is. I mean, he was hired. He was pretty high on PFF last year. From the Colts. I think he's 24 years old. He's really young. I mean, no joke. you're going to have a lot of corners in competition next year, which is great. You know what I mean? So depending on what happens to Slay by next year or after next year, you have Bradbury for another 2 years and that's it. So the Eagles really need to figure this out. You got a lot of youth and you have a lot of bodies at that position. I'm excited for next year's, offensive, off season, with training camp and all that great stuff. So Gunner says, bro, people don't understand AJ Brown's breaking records. Why? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, now we're like AJ Brown's breaking records, and now everyone's bitching about look, I'm not even talking about you guys. I'm just saying in general. Like, people are like, there were people on Twitter saying trade Devontae Smith. Like, that's how crazy it was. Like, it was that nuts. I mean, it's crazy as it is right now, but that was kind of crazy, bro. Jones says, ever since Devontae Smith switched his alarm clock from 6 to 5:30, he hasn't been the same. That's just a pure example, bro. How crazy people get. You know what I mean, Jono? It's nuts. FF Explorer says, I don't think the Cowboys are as flexible. Oh, I don't think you got it. I mean, you got Jerry Jones and Steven Jones. Like, you got guys like that don't know. I mean, the cap could be misleading. That's why Howie's so good at it. Really, since the Super Bowl in 2017, like, the trades have always been good, but we haven't hit on draft picks. Isn't it refreshing to actually have like 3 to 5 players, like, actually, like, at least like 3 to 4 players, like, actually, like, get on field and play for the Eagles? Like, it's so nice, like, to see your draft picks actually producing, and just, damn, you got off the Super Bowl and got the best player in the draft in Jalen Carter. I mean, it's just nuts, man. It's crazy. We got Face with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, Joe, what's up? Question for you and the Eagles fans here. If you had the opportunity to be Howie for the rest of the trade deadline, what move would you make and why? I'm going to stand with my own right now and say that getting Kenny Moore is probably the more valued and most important, because getting a running back, if they're not going to change their ways in the red zone, and depending on how they use these running backs, and I think what they have right now they could fix, but we're just saying, well, let's just get somebody better than Kenny Gainwell to take him out of that second spot pretty much. I feel like getting Kenny Moore not only is going to give you a starting quality veteran nickel corner, and I think is affordable on the last year of his contract as well, but having Bradley Roby in here as well is going to have depth or start, depending. If you're trading for Kenny Moore, he's going to start most likely, and they can use Roby if they want on certain packages or whatever. But you have the depth there, because really, when Roby comes back, like, Josiah Scott played good last week against the Dolphins, but we got to be realistic. Like, he's not the long-term answer this year. I don't think so, at least. So I feel like Kenny Moore, because I think our defensive line is fine. Like, they can always add another pass rusher, whether Ndamukong Suh wants to come back later on, since he's a free agent, which is great. But I feel like, for me, it's all about the secondary. And I feel like the more weapons that Sean Desai has, the more we're never going to miss a beat. And if you have guys that play multiple positions, like, you know what I mean? You can always move guys around and cross-train. And that's, I think, the one thing they need to do next year in the offseason is really start cross-training a lot of the corners that we have to see who has more value than just a pure starter at one position, which I think is pretty cool. So Kenny Moore would probably be the most likely for me than anything else, because everything else, really, getting an extra defensive lineman, I think it's literally just, for me, I think it's literally just luxury. And, like, luxury is always great to have. It's great to have luxury. But, I think there are still needs out there right now. You know what I mean? God forbid. Your secondary's got to stay healthy the rest of the year. You got a bye week after the next couple of weeks, which is good. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got a super chat from Mike Krivek. Thank you so much, man. He says, Joey, do you think we will allow AJ Brown to leave there after another year, seeing how he is even getting better? Okay, here's my plan. And you would never, maybe people agree with me. Maybe people won't. I don't know. But whatever. I get burned for it. Saying this, I get burned for it. Devontae Smith is definitely going to be a Philadelphia Eagle for the rest of his career. Okay, he was drafted here. But the other side of things is this. I think right now, since you're drafting so well in the trenches, okay, you still need a right tackle for the future. Obviously, we're going to get Cam Jurgens back by the Cowboys week. He is eligible to return that week, which is pretty good. I think realistically, I think you have to keep both of them in the building. I think you have now. Doesn't mean AJ Brown's going to get another $100 million deal. It's not going to happen. Okay. I think Hurts is going to, because really AJ Brown is going to sit there and be like, man, I'm not going to have it any better anywhere else. Because really, like, I can't see AJ Brown really leaving, because where is he going to have it better than he has it right now? Really, I honestly don't know where he's going to have it better. Okay. I feel like you have to sign both of them. Now, Devontae Smith is eligible for a contract next year, is for an extension. Okay. I know they'll get it done. I'm not worried about it. Jalen Hurts' cap hits are nothing. That's why Howie Roseman has worked these contracts so well. Okay. You have to keep A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith here. And I'm telling you right now, like, A.J. Brown is just like, why would I leave? My best friend is throwing me the football. Me and Devontae Smith are just perfect for each other you got 2 number 1 receivers on your team right now. As much as you won't believe it, you do. And I think that's what they have to do. I think you got to keep both of those guys in the building. Dallas Goedert is replaceable. Okay. There's so many athletic tight ends out there in the league, in the draft. Like, you're going to find an athletic tight end. I feel like you could sacrifice, if Dallas Goedert's contract's up, I feel like Dallas Goedert could be big bait for him to leave or trade or whatever the case may be. I feel like you could sacrifice that. So, and the Eagles don't sign running backs, and the Eagles don't value linebackers. So really, like, as long as you have the trenches set and you have your 2 main weapons, I feel like you can always get another tight end. You can always get another running back. You know, if they don't sign DeAndre Swift is going to be a whole nother story as well going into after this year, which really is going to my pinch my ass. Like, it's really tough for me. Miles Sanders leaving, I expected it. I'm fine with it. I was fine with it. But DeAndre Swift is just so dynamic, and I feel like you just can't. I feel like you really can't. It's tough. It's really tough for me. I don't know. I feel like you can't really get rid of that. But we'll see what happens. But appreciate the super chat, Mike. Appreciate it very much. Joe with the super chat says, honestly, if we trade, I feel we should trade for B tier players max. Because we draft too well in early rounds. Let's just go get good depth. Yeah, I think good depth is good. If they went out for a right tackle, or they went, like I said, I think getting a nickel corner right now is probably the most valued thing that they could do. I think that's where it's more realistic going forward. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see in the next, the rest of this weekend and see what they do here. We'll see what happens. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. Let's see. Mansour says Devontae has generational hands in route running. Yeah, the route running is fantastic, and he gets those big boy catches, dude. Like, I've never seen a guy that small get contested catches. I know a lot of people during that draft when Devontae Smith was around, people were saying that he wasn't going to last. He was too small. That's what he was. This is a Heisman Trophy winner, bro. You don't get rid of those players. You know that Devontae Smith gives his all every single game. And I think we all know this. You know what I mean? I think we all know a lot of things here. Kenny says, if we pick up Henry, it gives me Blunt vibe. Yeah, but here's the thing. I think Henry is better than Blunt. I think Derrick Henry it gives me Blunt vibes, no doubt. I think it definitely does, but I think he's way better than LeGarrette Blunt. Way better. Imagine getting Derrick Henry to the second level untouched. I mean, just imagine that, to see like what that would look like. I mean, that's pretty amazing. You know what I mean? So we're hitting the 41-minute mark right now. If you guys, we have 325 in the chat. Appreciate everybody being here on a Friday night with me. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the stream. Like the stream up like crazy. It does help out the channel a lot. And you guys have been, thank you for watching the videos and commenting and doing all that great stuff. The Philly Shakedown is tomorrow, and we will have a special guest. Let's just say we might be roasting somebody tomorrow night. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we're going to have somebody on tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely check that out tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So should be cool. We got a super chat from Donnell Shipley. Appreciate it so much. He says, I would rather give up 2 first-round picks for a proven corner than try to draft one and hope he is good. Go get Patrick Surtain. Man, let's go do it. Damn, 2 first-round picks. It's tough, man. That's a tough one. I could do a first rounder, but 2 firsts, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into it. I'm not look, if they do it, great. Yes, if they end up trading for Patrick Surtain, I mean, that's just like you can get rid of Slay after next year, or if they want to trade him, or I mean, that's a true number 1 guy. That helps you for the next 8 to 10 years. They trade for Patrick Surtain, you're good for the next 8 to 10 years. You know what I mean? It's just great. Just great. Cole LC, appreciate the super chat, by the way. So Cole LC says first, the second, Dallas got her from Micah Parsons. Yeah. Damn. Really? I had to read that slowly because I didn't know what was going on. I had to read that slowly. Cole says, could this week finally be the week of the offense break? I mean, I've been waiting for the offense to break out. I mean, hopefully, but look, I mean, I'm kind of waiting for that game where we look very, I don't know, sometimes of a force here, but I hope so. If we can go on all 4 cylinders, I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I think the difference defensively for this game too, going into this week, is I think we made Washington look a lot better than they were. Like Washington, I thought was good. Sam Howell looks very tough. Like I feel like he is a tough quarterback. His first year as a starter, he is going to, he's dealing with a lot of adversity this year. The most sacked quarterback in the league right now. I'm not going to say this is going to be easy. And I said they should get 6 to 7 sacks on Sam Howell, and that didn't happen. Defensively, they just looked us defensively. We just didn't look great because we were giving up. The play calling wasn't great that game defensively. We were giving up too many yards. I mean, they were giving up free yards. It's just ridiculous at times. I understand the Eagles are going to play like this the rest of the year, but I think really since the second half of that Rams game, I think they have looked probably the best that they have looked. The Miami game defensively is their best game played so far. I mean, EC1 says, rumors, the Eagles are open to trading former first-round defensive end Derek Barnett at the deadline per Albert Breer. That would be fantastic. I feel like he is somewhat of a trade chip. He might be. He might not be. I'm not really sure. But he is not doing anything for this defensive line. I mean, he's the only defensive lineman that's not doing a damn thing. Nolan Smith has better stats than he does this year. He's got more quarterback hits than he has. He's got 2 quarterback hits in the last 14 games. I mean, that's how bad it is. It's at least the last 14 to 16 games. He's got 2 quarterback hits. He's got 2 tackles. 2. He just got his second tackle in the Jets game. And he really didn't even play that much at all. You know what I mean? Jack said, we made Zach Wilson look like a real QB. That's true. They overlooked the Jets. They entirely overlooked the Jets that week. They sat out a lot of players. They're like, they totally overlooked the Jets. There's no doubt. Jones says, if Devonta Smith was on a team with less weapons, he would be lighting up the league. Yeah, I mean, I don't count 2021. I don't count 2021 as him they didn't use Devonta Smith like a number 1 receiver. Okay, they used Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins would have had 1,000 yards in 21. I think he would have. And that I don't know if John Hightower was still playing at the time, but they were using John Hightower as more of like a vertical threat. Like Devonta Smith, they obviously, he hit 1,000 yards, but that last game of the season, I think it was the last game of the season against the Giants, they forced Devonta Smith the ball so many times, and he was catching everything. I mean, Devonta Smith at the first Giants game, remember, he was yelling at Nick Sirianni on the sideline saying, give me the damn ball, and they never did. I feel like, I mean, hold on. Let me go to my chat real quick. Oh, I'm a stupid idiot. Hold on. Let me just put up my chat really quick. Give me a second. I can't stand when YouTube changes shit. I can't stand it. They changed like the menu and stuff. I can't. It's so annoying. All right, hold on. Okay. All right, we're good. Sorry. I had to do something real quick. Let's see here. President Gaber says we'd have to give someone a draft pick to take Barnett. He's not even getting us penalties. I mean, that's the only good thing about it. The only good thing about this whole entire thing is that he hasn't fucked up any games this year for us. He hasn't been a drive killer for us, literally. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. It's just been I'm hoping at this point that they change some things. I hope they get rid of him. I mean, I don't know what type of value he has at this point. I'm not really sure, but I don't really see any value. Like, what can they get for Derek Barnett? He would have to be like in a package or something. Because I don't see you straight up trading him for I don't even know. I don't see where the value is. Howie scammed the league. What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Mike says Joshua extension in the same year as Reddick. Interesting. Jim says I love AJ, but Smitty is my favorite receiver, number 6. I love Devontae Smith. I bought a Kelly Green Devontae Smith jersey I was wearing last week. Love Devontae Smith. No joke. Art says, Jack, are you trolling at BG? The win rate is crazy. Jim Carr has a long, sweaty J, or just kidding. Yeah, I mean, BG has gotten pressures this year. I mean, his sack numbers, he probably won't hit double-digit sacks again this year, but I think he's having a good year. He's having a fine year. Yeah, but 5 tackles is a stupid stat, though. It's like, well, how many pressures is he getting on the quarterback? How many pressures does he have? I mean, you can't just look at tackles. You got to look at more than just tackles. You got to look at a lot more than that. He's gotten pressures. He's made the quarterback step inside the pocket. I've seen it a million times this year. Jimmy, what's going on, dude? Yeah, Kenny Moore is my dude. Kenny Moore is my trade target right now. He's probably my favorite trade target right now, to be honest. Two's most wants says, I'd be comfortable giving 2 first rounds for Surtain. I mean, look at Josh Sweat, 4th round. Look at Derek Barnett, 1st round. Who would you rather have right now? First rounds are based on popularity. Yeah, it's true. You know, you're getting drafted and paid for uncertainty. I mean, that's just the truth. That's what the draft is. I get it. I 100% get it. Why not take care of this move now for Patrick Surtain for the future of your secondary at 24 years old, which is just insane. And you know what I mean? I mean, look, it wouldn't surprise me if the Eagles have called regarding Patrick Surtain for the future of this team, but we'll see. I think anything could happen at this point, but we'll find out. I don't think Howie's going to be up for grabbing 2 first-round picks for a play. I just don't see it happening. I don't. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if he gave up 2 first-round picks than 1 first-round pick, to be honest with you. But we'll see. It would be great, but we'll see. First Gamer says AJ Smith, best duo hands down a long time in Eagles history. Would be Quick and Barnett. Seriously, can't think of another. Yeah, I get it. I mean, yeah, we have to feel very satisfied. I think we have to thank Howie Rose. We have to thank Jalen Hurts for the AJ Brown trade. I mean, tremendously. It's been great. So better enjoy Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. You never know what could happen in the future. But for me, I feel like they're here. I feel like they're both here for the rest of their careers. I mean, at least the second contract. Well, AJ Brown's second contract with the Eagles, I should say. Nah, he's already had but we'll see. That'll be his 3rd contract, obviously. Billy D says, I don't know. Eagles first round picks will be end of the draft. Having Surtain locks in, especially having older concern. All right, so you're saying because the Eagles are going to have a good record, they're going to have a late first round pick this year. It's not going to be. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can still pick someone very good in the first round, like guys drop in the draft. But I understand the certainty of you know what? If you're getting a star in your secondary, go get him. So I get it. John Jim says, what about a package Barnett and a 1st and a 25 3rd rounder? Yeah, they could do that too. It's not bad. Do you think we can get Surtain or Jeffrey Simmons? Nah, Jeffrey Simmons is off the table now. They already got a safety now. Like Jeffrey Simmons is definitely off the table now. Surtain, yeah, I mean, I'll be shocked. So we'll see. Philly D says we also have Saints second round pick next year we could use. Yeah, we have the extra second, and they're what? What are they? What are the Saints right now? What are they? They will only win 3 games this year. I mean, I think they're what are they 3-4? What 3-4 technically? I don't know if they played. I don't know. I forgot who played Thursday night. I don't even remember who played the other night. So, Easy says trending. Albert Breer believes that Broncos would get more in a Pax 13 trade than Jaguars got for Jalen Ramsey in 19, 2 firsts and a fourth. Yikes. Well, what they think they're going to get is not always what they know they're going to get. Because you know what? Teams are just going to wait till the end of the year to try to trade for him because this is flea season. Like the trade deadline is flea season. But 6-7 years ago, the trade deadline was always like 6-7 years ago, the trade deadline was always, it was never this active. It was never like this. It was always like maybe 1 or 2 moves from 2 different teams. Now it's like, yeah. Now it's always active. Artificial the tracks. I always remember that video of AJ and Jalen when they first found out about the trade on FaceTime. Hey, let's do it. Yeah, dude, that was awesome. That was awesome. I was like, man, this is gonna be insane, dude. It's gonna be insane. Jose says, with all the pickup signings, it's going to be interesting to see who we can hang on to. Yeah, but the thing, here's a good thing about here's a good thing about Swift and trading for guys that have 1 year left on their deals this year. Nicholas Morrow, Zach Cunningham, things like that. You have options now. This just gives Howie Roseman more options to re-sign guys if he really wants them back for another year or a couple of years or whatever. That's a great thing about these 1 year deals because you have the option at the end of the year to say, hey, we want to resign you back. Let's try to get something done. If you want to come back, let's do it. You know what I mean? So you always have the options there with those 1 year deals, which is awesome. Bal says obvious strategy is just call in your secret agent to the Titans front office and get them to just send you a whole team. Bobby, what's going on, dude? He says, what about trading for AJ Dillon? He costs less than Henry and he is on the last year of his contract, 1.6. Hey, that's another one. I didn't even know. I totally didn't even think about that at all. Yeah, it'd be nice. Just depending what he'd cost less than a third rounder. Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't see why not. It's just I don't know what they think about this running back core. I don't know what the plan is behind Rashad Penny. That's like the key thing to this running back core. I don't know what they think about Rashad Penny and why they're holding him back and why he's not getting snaps in red zone when we highly need him to run between the tackles as a bigger back. You know what I mean? That's where I kind of get confused with it all. It kind of gets a little crazy. Evie Explorer says Kelsey and Lane Johnson will need to be replaced at some point. That's the reason to keep first round picks. Now I get it. I mean, I don't know if they'll ever draft a trench guy in the first round, like especially offensive line. I don't know if they'll do it. Like second rounders to third rounders. I mean, a second rounder, sure, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It could be. Last guy we drafted in the first round was Andre Dillard, obviously, but I can't put too much account into that. But if Kelsey does retire, I feel like Kelsey would have retired if they won the Super Bowl last year. But if he retires after this year, Cam Jurgens will take that center spot, and hopefully tylersteen will take the right guard spot. Lane Johnson, I feel like he will play for another 2 to 3 years. Well, at least 2 years, at least another 2 years, because I feel like he still plays really well. I mean, just got to stay healthy, really. That's the only thing I really think about. Blake says the reaction video of the AJ trade with you and 500. Yeah, it was a special night. Those Matt Corral jerseys are doing work this year. I mean, for the past 2 years. I think 2 years. Yeah. I'm going to be wearing them again next year. I mean, that's what's going to happen. Kyle says Rashad Penny is cheeks. That's the holdup. Well, dude, he can't. There's no way they're holding a fourth running back because he's bad. There's too much that's into it. If they let go of him and they signed him later on, or they've never got rid of him. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's just weird. It's just really weird. It doesn't mean seeing that Penny has fully recovered from his injury. I mean, he only played 5 games last year. You don't think that Rashad Penny is recovered yet? I don't know, man. That would be really bad if that's the case. I mean, I wonder if that's the case. Like, Artificial Track says, F all this. We got Kevin Byard, dude. We did. Hell yeah. Blake says Lane Johnson already said he's retiring in 26. That could be true. Isn't that the end of his contract year? Philly 416 says, you're my favorite Eagle. Greetings from Toronto. Toronto, dude. Awesome, man. Appreciate it so much, dude. Appreciate the compliment so much. Does cheeks mean soft? Oh, it means, I mean, it could mean like he's bad or he's ass. One or the other. EC wants his rumors. The price to start conversation with trading Jerry Jeudy is the first. No, we're not getting a receiver, dude. I'm not going to read the rest of that. Like, no, it's done. I mean, it's just, no, it makes absolutely no sense. Jerry Jeudy, no. I don't like Jerry Jeudy, to be honest. I don't like his mindset. I think he's really weak-minded. I think he's like another Nelson Aguilar at times. That's just me. That's how I feel. Joe says, you know what really frosts my butt? We could easily trade Barnett for a fit so Nolan can play more, but we aren't doing it. I get it. Nolan Smith is a first-round pick. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for this run game, and there's no excuse for Nolan Smith not getting more chances. And I feel like he's going to. I feel like it's going to happen. I hope that last week was the starting point because I don't think Derek Barnett had a lot of snaps last week. I didn't see Derek Barnett on the field that much. Illuminati says, can't wait to see Isaiah Rodgers next year. I love the integration of Ricks. Oh, yeah. The Ricks at the nickel's very good. Avonte Max is not a Philadelphia Eagle next year. $10 million cap hit. Last year of his deal. It's not going to there's no way the Eagles are going to trade Maddox next year. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I probably promise you it's going to happen. You're not keeping Avonte Max. Four injuries in 2 years. I mean, 4 injuries in 2 freaking years, bro. Blake says, do you like chili, Joey? It's a cold day today. I'm about to have some. I actually really like chili a lot. Chili, shredded cheese, pinch of sour cream, boom. Good. Prince says, Jeudy and Steve Smith things made me go out. Yeah, I think that's like I really didn't think that. I think that was the moment when Steve Smith did that before the game or during the beginning of the game. I think that was I think he was right. I think he was right about Jerry Jeudy and his weak mindset. I think that was totally true. Ron says 2024 first round pick, one of our seconds in 24, a 25 second, a 25 third, and James Bradbury. I don't care that he's on contract for certain. Come on, Joey. Damn, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know if the Eagles would go that. I just don't think they would go that route. I honestly don't think they would go that route. So, I don't think so. Dallas says, my thing about running backs is to get another one they don't even use. Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's what I'm saying. Like, we're talking about this infatuate, like this wish in our heads that we need to get Leonard Fournette or Derrick Henry or trade for Derrick, whatever the case may be. Okay. When you don't even use your own running backs right now. You know what I mean? Sorry. I had to scratch my throat because it was bothering me. I get it, dude. I totally get it. Swarm says Jones will catch game-winning touchdown next week's game. Book it. That'd be cool. I like that. I like when he caught that ball in Miami. Everyone had like a little standing ovation for him. I thought that was pretty cool. Jim saying they call you ass cheeks, so they're looking like Dak on Sunday. Oh, there's your example. If Hurts signs off Jeudy, I'm good. Well, they don't need any. They're not going to get another receiver now. They already got Julio Jones. They're not getting another. They already have Zacchaeus. They already have Julio Jones. That's off the ship. That's off the ship. Yo, Bacon, what's up, dude? Hope you're having a good day, man. We got Zakaria Lopez. What's going on, dude? He said, would you want Maddox to return if he came back on a cheaper deal if he wasn't? No, I'm done. I think I'm done. I don't think so. I don't trust him his health. I don't care if it's a cheaper deal. If it's a cheaper deal, it's still going to be a waste of money. It's still going to be a waste. That's what I think. But, things do change over time, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We have 369 in the chat. We're hitting the hour mark right now. We have 369 in the chat. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel and like the stream. Like the stream up as much as possible. I need everybody to like this video, this stream, 100%. I don't even know how many likes we have right now. Let's get to 200 likes if we can, guys. Much love and appreciated so much. Let's see here. Moose, if they don't need another receiver, who more likely want the ball? I'm good, man. Chilling, man. Getting ready for Sunday. Donald says, I think Penny is Sheiks too. Reminds me of the guy we got last year. Who? Who'd we get last year? Who? I think, who? Sermon? Who? Oh, Trey Sermon? Talking about? I think there was something there with Trey Sermon, but he fumbled the ball a couple times in preseason. He just didn't really have a great outing. I mean, for me at least, I don't think he had a great outing. But Andrew says, Joey, are you mad if we trade a 24 second, 25 first, and a third for Surtain? I'll feel more comfortable with a 25 first than next year's first. If it's getting rid of one of our seconds for next year, I'm fine with it. But a 25 first is definitely sounds better. Sounds a lot better. So we'll see. Joe said 22 NFL mock draft. Carter and Ricks were top 10 draft picks, and Ringo was top 15. So technically, we have 4 first-round picks. Oh, man. Jones says, yeah, we'll need more help. Helps out with the algo. Yeah, it does. It does. Always does. Always does. I think Kenny Moore. I don't know if it is the trade for the Eagles, but I think it's definitely the most important. I think it's the most important right now. Hold on. I'm just making sure this is working. Okay. Baggett says we can't even say Penny is Cheeks though. He has been carries the rest of it. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't rate Rashad Penny if he's not getting snaps. You know what I mean? Rocksteady H123 full. What's up, man? He says, just tuning in. Don't we need some depth at linebacker? I think we're good. I think we're fine. Nakobe Dean's back. He's healthy. You have Nicholas Morrow. You have Zach Cunningham. I'm fine with it. I have no issue with it. I really don't have an issue at all, to be honest. Philly D says, getting a top corner to 25, we need. Definitely. Yeah, I get it. I 100% get it. I just don't know from the Eagles standpoint, from Howie Roseman's point of view, I don't know if they'd actually make a trade like that. It'd be great. I don't see it. I don't know if I see it happening, to be honest. Brian Douglas says they're going to want 2 firsts for Surtain. Both our first will be a late. Yeah, if they want 2 firsts from us, it just I don't know. It's tough. I understand both sides, but I understand like, oh man, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone instead of looking for a corner next year in the draft. Just trade for one now and get it done with. And like, I get it. I get that whole thing. Jeremy Culture, what's up, man? He says, I want to get Derrick Henry just so we can swim in Cowboy tears. Dallas fans want him bad. Yeah, but it doesn't fix everything. Yeah, it may fix the red zone for them, but it doesn't fix everything, though. They got to pay off some of his salary, too. So what I'm hearing with the Derrick Henry stuff is they got to pay off some of his salary. They want the team that trades for him to pay off some of his salary, which I don't know if the Cowboys are going to do that. For a rental? I don't know. Not the Surtain that didn't cover Smith on that play. What, the one from last year? When he got mossed by Devontae Smith for that touchdown? That was fantastic, by the way. That was great. Colin B says, to be honest, I want Henry for Barnett for a fifth and Barnett and a fourth. Young off Washington, but I don't. They trade for either guy. Much add Barnett there, but I don't want Henry in Dallas. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know if you can even get a fourth or a fifth for Barnett. I really don't. I would love it, but we'll see. Glover Rome says, do you think Jalen Johnson from Chicago? Yeah, why? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they have the reset button. I mean, the Chicago can afford to lose players. They can really afford to lose players, and you know what I mean. It'd be cool. I mean, I think they need more of a nickel guy right now. I mean, so we'll see. So he says, even we trade Nolan Smith and a first, I absolutely do it. I got to stop this. No, I mean, look, it's exciting. I get it. It's not annoying. Don't feel like you can't say anything here. It's going to piss people off. Like, we're at the end of the day, we might have different opinions, but at the same time, like, we want this team to win a Super Bowl. We want this team to be good for, cornerback is big. You got two aging corners. I wouldn't say old, but obviously Slay is old, but you have two aging corners right now. So it's not something that you're going to be like, hey, let's try to get, I think you get something done there. It's great. Just call him if we get Henry for Barnett, we protect Howie from the FBI. Philly said, I would love to have a thumper in the run game. Blunt in this, like Blunt in the Super Bowl run. Yeah, it was a good run. Joe says, good news is that we don't have to trade for anyone. We are very privileged. Yeah, I mean, look, we don't need to trade for somebody, which we already did. Well, I think we theoretically covered a hole because one of our safety spots was completely empty. As much as we like Sidney Brown, you always want to have three good, consistent safeties that are on your roster. And you got rid of the worst one, Terrell Edmonds. I'm shocked they were able to get Terrell. Kavon Wallace signed with the Titans as well. So you have Edmonds and Wallace over in Tennessee right now. So Gator says it's awesome to have different opinions because it gives more options, and honestly thinking outside the box will get, of course. Like, if we all agreed on the same shit every 2 seconds, we'd be bored of each other. There wouldn't be any point of doing live streams and videos if everybody was controlled by one person. That's the whole point of this shit. Like, we're all Eagles fans at the end of the day, but the different opinions, it helps us get into conversation where I might think that one of you guys might have a great idea that I never even thought of, or maybe I have a great idea that you guys would never think that I would have thought of, which I never have great ideas anyway, but that's just what it is. You know what I mean? I get it, So they says, breaking news, they found the mass shooter at Maine. Yeah, that's horrible, dude. I mean, that's crazy. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. Horrible stuff. Answer is, it's not the same with Kenny Moore. I feel like we're more of the Howie move, but it would be if we would to Lance Sertain, that means that he means business. I think he means business already. I mean, he believes his team could win a Super Bowl this year. We have speaking of business, we have unfinished business this year. You know what I mean? We definitely have unfinished business, no doubt. So, you know what I mean? Princess Gamer says, exactly. It's true. Naz says, don't about Zay Rodgers. He is amazing. Howie's the man next year. Yeah, people are very high on him. I'm excited to see where the hype is coming from with him. I'm excited to see it because I know he could play special teams as well, which is pretty good. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, we've been through an hour and a half already. Philly Shakedown special guest tomorrow, which is going to be a lot of fun. 375 in the chat. Appreciate it so much. I didn't think it was going to be really that busy tonight at all. But I want to say thank you, everybody who liked the video, who sent super chats, who are just here in the chat today, just to go over this team in general. I would go a lot longer, but I have some other stuff I got to edit some stuff and do some other stuff tonight. We'll have videos out tomorrow, the Philly Shakedown tomorrow night. A lot to talk about, obviously, with the trade and all that stuff and what's to come of this roster. And obviously to talk about the Commanders on Sunday at 1:00. And that's it. So if you haven't subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video as well. If you haven't, hit the like button. It does not hurt. So appreciate everybody that definitely joined up today. And yeah, so the schedule, just to let you guys know, Saturday, tomorrow, Philly Shakedown podcast at 9:00. Sunday, I will be doing a live play-by-play of the Eagles versus the Commanders. Monday, we will have a stream. Obviously, Sunday, I'll be doing my live play-by-play. Sunday night, we will have the Philly Shakedown post-game with videos. And then Monday will be Joe Castro will probably be on again on Monday with me. He's been liking to come on Mondays. So we'll talk about the game in general. Yeah, we'll be ready to go. You guys have a great day. See you guys on the next one. Remember, Shakes with a false light. Peace out, guys. Peace out. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the weekend. Peace. Peace out.